There's an old Italian saying that goes, time goes by so slowly. Time goes by so slowly. Time goes by so slowly for those who wait.
No time to hesitate.
No time to hesitate, ho.
You guys,
Italian
it's
nonas have been passing that down from generation to generation
I can attest to this.
over al dente pasta and homemade dough. That's what they say.
As the dough's being made.
As the dough's being, it gets pounded actually to the beat of Future Lovers.
Gonna next to the sky, future
Future
lovers.
Lovers rise.
Well, yes, exactly.
Pop Girlies listeners, you're here on a very momentous day, a holiday, if you will. We are returning to the land of the Queen Honey with an album still makes people talk today.
A standout moment that fans still talk about.
Maria, explain that.
So now on Spotify, there's like an AI generated like fun facts about a song, like whenever you play a song. And I was listening to Confessions like last week when I noticed that this was a thing. And I can't remember what song specifically, but it's this little section that shows up underneath the song. So it's just like, oh my gosh, something about this song. This is how it was performed on the tour. And then the last sentence of this little generated fact about the song said, it was a standout moment that fans still talk about. And something about it was just like so funny that I'm like, I feel like we could get some mileage out of this and just say it whenever like anything remotely good happens. It was a standout moment that fans still talk about. So there's our little fun fact.
I think it was Sorry was the song that was playing.
Yeah, yeah, because it was describing just like the how the song was performed on the tour.
Yeah, it was Sorry.
Yeah.
A
So,
standout moment that fans still talk about.
yep.
well,
Us with
correct.
episode 43 of Pop Girlies.
A standout moment that fans still talk about.
If you know, you know. But before we confess, we have to sizzle sizzle with some hot
Hot track.
tracks.
That's right.
Drew, I think you really want to go first. I know you're dying for it. You want it so bad.
Whoa,
You literally want to go first so bad.
Whoa.
I do. Yeah, I have been listening to a lot of music this week. Um, but I wanted to go with something just like really random. Uh, I'm gonna go with the song "My Regards" by Maisie Peters.
Oh, I haven't listened to it yet. Is it
I
good?
love it. I think it's so fun, and the music video,
Benny Drama.
Benny Drama, which I love the music video. It's so good. Um, And yeah, I just think it's a really good song. You normally I'm not like the biggest fan of her voice, but uh I really love it here. So maybe I'll get really into the next album.
Well,
But
you know that I like her, right?
yeah, yeah.
I really like her last album. Her last album's really, really good.
I don't think
But
I've ever listened to her.
I get her voice is a little twee. It's
It's a little I don't think I I think it sometimes is a little like she's trying to make it sound like that
mm,
in a way that I'm like not. It doesn't sound like that what your actual voice
it's
is.
very indie girl.
Yeah.
Very indie girl. I don't
Um
know what you would think, Maria, to be honest with you. I would be curious for your thoughts because
yeah.
it doesn't on paper seem like Maria bait, but who knows?
You would like the music video though. It's really cute. Benny
Yeah.
plays like a famous like actor that Maisie's obsessed with.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I don't think I've ever. I mean, maybe I've heard one of her songs in passing, but I don't think I've ever like really intentionally listened to
Yeah.
her.
And it's directed by Chicken Shop Date woman.
Amelia.
Amelia de Molenberg? Is that
Yeah,
how
I don't
it's
know how to say her
Yeah.
last name. That's why I didn't try it.
Yeah.
Love. I didn't know that. That's so cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slay. Maria, confess. What is
Gosh.
your hot track?
Yes. Well, my hot track, I have been in like a major Fame Monster mood over the last like week or so. which is obviously so exciting because like Gaga has just had like such an exciting last couple weeks. So obviously shout out to Super Bowl halftime show. It was awesome. One for the books. We could probably talk about it for quite
It
some
was
time.
amazing. It
It
was
was
one of the
Super
greatest.
really,
Bowl
really cool.
51.
It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And I was reduced to tears at the end. It was
Oh, it's so
incredible.
good.
And people who
Yeah.
don't like it are lame as fuck.
Yeah, literally. It was so good. And yeah, obviously loved the special feature for Gaga and the remix of Die with a Smile. So like that was so fun. But yeah, I've just been like in such a Fame Monster mood, and my hot track is going to be Speechless.
Oh.
Oh, that's like a top three Gaga song of all time for me.
Did you guys know that I would never talk again?
Stop.
Stop.
I would never write a song or even sang along. It's a perfect song.
It's literally perfect. And I just rewatched her performance at the AMAs where she's
Give
passing
it
the
all
bottles.
up.
Oh, it's so good. That
So
performance is
good.
so good.
It's amazing. It's incredible. And it's such a good song.
Did she do that on the Mayhem tour? Like in like the piano kind of acoustic part at all?
I don't know.
Because that's such like a piano standout moment. That's a
I
standout
don't
moment that
think
fans still talk about.
standout moment that fans still talk about. I don't think she did a piano version of it. It might have been just been a bow song.
Mm.
Because I'm pretty sure she had already done through like all of the Fame Monster, like
Imagine the
sometime in the
gag
first
if
leg of the
you like
tour.
got to hear her sing that live.
Oh my God. Out of this world.
That's, I mean, objectively one of her best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a ballad that
So,
you like. Look at you, you're ballad hoe.
yes.
You with your ballads.
I mean, the trend is not the rule. You know what I mean?
Mm. Right.
One when
Like
it's
I'm not
Gaga, there's kind of
allergic
no
to
rules.
ballads. What'd you say, Drew?
When it's Gaga, there's kind of no rules for you with Mother
Yeah.
Monster.
I mean,
So Blade of Grass, your favorite song of all time.
Brown Eyes, my favorite song of all time.
Isn't that whose favorite song was that? Was it Connor Story said his favorite Gaga song was Brown Eyes?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh gosh.
Is that right? Am I remembering that right,
He
Maria?
said something about like really loving that song.
I think because it was like he was playing one of those games of like going through so and like he was like making really good choices, but then
Yeah.
he picked like Brown Eyes over something like crazy, like Bad Romance or something.
Oh my gosh. Does he get a pass though because he was literally in Joker 2?
Right. Well, his answer then really should be the Saints Came Marching,
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Drew's favorite Gaga song.
yeah. Drew's favorite Gaga song, her your favorite creative endeavor she's ever gone on.
Yeah, you love You're so Harlequin, I can't even stand it.
Girl.
Oh, Drew's really good at hiding his emotions when he doesn't like something.
The Joker is you.
Yeah. The other day, well, and by the other day I mean this morning, Eric texted me and no context just said, Woker, folie à.
Oh my God.
No,
That's
no,
so funny.
Shout out.
literally no context. He just came up with it and wanted to share.
That's
Friend of the pod.
wow. I love that.
Yeah, he's crazy. Okay.
What's your hot
My
track?
So, you know, Maria's been revisiting a standout moment that Gaga fans still talk about. This week, I've been revisiting a standout Taylor Swift moment that Swifties still talk about. I have been meeting her at midnight every night. I've been there. And Midnights is so special to me. Midnights is the lifeblood of the universe. It is the meaning behind every dream and desire. People who don't like Midnights suffer from not having a soul. Midnights is so good. And I'm so sick and tired of people being shady whores. And I have had so many moments with so many different Midnight songs. I will say Midnight is best experienced walking around at night high. Smoke a little weed, have a little edible. Oh, Maria, that was good. You can like high. It's probably was that what you're doing?
Hi. Yeah, I
Yeah,
waved and said hi.
that's good. Um, it's like imagine being me walking around my neighborhood, smoking my pen, listening to Maroon. Like that's peak existence, actually, honey. You know, that's luxury. So I'm not picking Maroon though. I'm picking a song that is one of Drew's faves that has been making me very emotional lately, and it's Labyrinth. And I love
Whoa.
that song. Uh-oh, I'm falling in love. Oh no. Yeah, it's just good. You mix the
It's just,
Taylor with the electronic production, and it's just good.
it's so good.
You mix the Taylor with the slow ballad about the vulnerability of falling in love, and it's just good.
Labyrinth is that girl.
She's so underrated too.
I
But
mean, yeah, y'all both picking Drew Bay AF songs from your respected queens,
well, we have to worship at the altar of Drew.
and then I choosing this Maisie Peters gig.
Yeah, you kind of not returning the favor, but okay,
Well,
whatever.
and on that note,
I would
Who
just
wants to
smile.
confess? Who wants to confess?
It kind of like still hasn't even sunk in that we're about to do a Madonna
it sunk
album.
into me today.
I feel like this is the last like major huge moment for all three of us of Madonna's discography. Oh, wait, that's
Wait,
not
what about
true.
music though?
Music, I this is like the second time I've said that
Oh,
too.
we haven't done
I said
music.
that the other day too. Why am I music shading so much? I don't know what's wrong with me.
Why are you Madonna trying right now?
I don't even joke about that. Like I can't even you can't even joke about that kind of energy around me. That's too much. I'm literally wearing my
Hey,
Bronco tank
Mr.
and I have
DJ.
Madonna rare vintage shirt eBay open on my internet right now. So don't even do that with me.
Don't even puts
It's
on
literally not even
bedtime
funny.
stories, I am ask.
Literally, I have bedtime stories eye mask. I have the sex book. Come at me, ho. Okay. We are diving in to Madonna's seminal, influential, legendary, iconic, never been done before, never been done since 10th studio album, Confessions on a Dance Floor. So, as always, I like to start with some background. We start our story at a bump in the road for our material girl. So Madonna has been on a roll from the late 90s into the 2000s with the critical and commercial successes of Ray of Light and music. Check out our Ray of Light episode if you haven't. It was our first Queen Honey. Um, Drew was still early to the game, and so he's not quite fully on the Queen Honey train yet, but now he is. So be gentle to him when you re-listen. However, both commercial and critical success comes to a screeching halt with her 2003 album American Life, a commentary on American culture. American Life was polarizing to critics and failed to capture the imagination of the public. Her support on radio became non existent, and her album sales were underwhelming. One of our favorite episodes so far is American Life. American Life might be our crown jewel if you really think about it. So I definitely recommend listening to that if you're curious for more. There's something special about that episode. It's a standout moment that fans still talk about. She did support American Life with the Reinvention Tour, which is named after her reputation for reinventing her image and sound with each album release. It became the highest grossing tour of 2004, although it received mixed reviews. The tour was accompanied by a documentary film, I'm Going to Tell You a Secret, that tracked not only the development of the tour, but also, as always, Madonna's spirituality and her practice of Kabbalah. Because if she's going to do one thing, it's talk about Kabbalah. As she was beginning to develop what would become her 10th studio album, she found herself wanting to stray away from the depth and darkness of American life. In a 2005 interview with MTV, she said this about the record's development, quote, "When I wrote American Life, I was very agitated by what was going on in the world around me. I was angry. I had a lot to get off my chest. I made a lot of political statements. But now I feel that I just want to have fun. I want to dance. I want to feel buoyant. And I want to give other people the same feeling. There's a lot of madness in the world around us, and I want people to be happy." End quote. She began working with Mirwai, her primary collaborator on American Life and Music. However, she has talked a lot about how he brings out her cerebral, political, intellectual side, how they debate a lot when they're working on music, and that kind of personality began to find its way into the music itself, which was the opposite of her initial goals. So after working a bit with him, she decided to start from scratch and bring in a new collaborator and began work on the album that would become Confessions on a Dance Floor. Now, getting into the album itself, the primary collaborator here is Stuart Price. Price is not new to the Madonna universe, having served as the musical director for both the Drowned World Tour and the Reinvention Tour. He also oversaw all the music for I'm Gonna Tell You a Secret. So they had begun working together, not even with the specific intention of making a record. So, in addition to prepping for her 10th studio album, Madonna was doing a lot of stuff in like 2004 because she was also in the midst of writing two musicals, both of which never came to fruition. One of which was to be written with and directed by the French director Luc Besson, who had directed the Love Profusion music video, which that's a stand-up moment that fans still talk about to this day. And this musical was to star Madonna, who else, as a woman on her deathbed looking back on her life. And so she had started working with some Madonna faves, Stuart Price, Mirwai, and then longtime collaborator Patrick Leonard, who's been around
So
since the 80s.
so it's Big Fish.
Literally Big Fish. That literally is Big Fish. Yeah.
Whoa.
Big Fish if she was ossified and slayed. I love Big Fish. I love that movie.
Love that movie and had the honor of being in that musical in high school.
Yes, you did, Ho.
Yes.
So in this kind of, creation of material for this musical, Stewart was assigned to create disco-inspired music that sounded like, quote, ABBA on drugs. The musical eventually was scrapped due to Madonna's dissatisfaction with the script. However, the music that she and Stuart Price had composed ended up serving as the foundation for Confessions on a Dance Floor. The album was recorded almost entirely at Stewart's flat in London. She described their working relationship as more of a brother and sister dynamic than she was used to in previous collaborations and albums, largely due to them having bonded together while touring. Generally, their process looks something like this. So Stewart would spend all night coming up with a track. He was used to staying up all night because he's a DJ. Madonna would come by in the morning to listen to what he's done, play with a few ideas, leave, and then come back with like a finished song. This is Stewart talking about the recording process. Quote, we spent 5 or 6 weeks in my apartment. The studio used to be upstairs in the loft. I would work on a track overnight. Then she would come in and we'd start messing around. She would do vocal melodies and I would come up with a few ideas. And then she'd go, okay, I'm going to go home and think about it. Then she'd come back the next day and have the hook for Hung Up or the chorus for Sorry. Then I would carry on working on more tracks to keep us going. It was more of a really fluid and almost childlike environment than anything that seemed too serious. And now this is Madonna's perspective on the process. Quote, we did a lot of recording at his house. I'd come by in the morning and Stewart would answer the door in his stocking feet, as if he'd been up all night. I'd bring him a cup of coffee and say, Stewart, your house is a mess. There's no food in the cupboard. Then I'd call someone from my house to bring food over to him. Then we'd work all day. We're very much the odd couple. So going off of Stewart's experience as a DJ, the album is very famously structured like a nightly DJ set. So once you listen to the project from start to finish, the songs are sequenced and blended together so that the music is continuous and transitions like it does at a club. And the continuous version was the standard version upon release. So, 20 years ago when people bought the CD and listened to it in their car or on their radio, their stereo, that's what they heard. However, it had been off streaming for about a decade due to disputes over royalties, songwriting royalties and stuff, because the way that it transitions, I think there was just confusion over all of that. So it was only available digitally through MP3 downloads. You have to like download, like a rip of it, which trust me, I have on my phone. However, until the release of the 20th anniversary edition of the album, which came out last year, that version, which is available on all streaming platforms, is the continuous version that was initially released. And it also contains 3 deluxe songs, including Pop Girlies' national anthem, Super Pop, and a handful of remixes. However, when you're listening to this record, I would recommend listening to the 20th anniversary version. I always think it's important to know when the standard album starts and ends, so you have a comprehensive view of like what the intended experience is. I don't like it because I love watching music reactions on YouTube, and I don't like it when people react to the deluxe version, but they don't know what the actual final track is. And so then they think that the end of the deluxe is the final track when that's not the case. Because that's not, I hate it when people do that. So know that it ends with like it or not. That's my soapbox. Sonically, this is a return to the dance music of the late 70s and early 80s that Madonna cut her teeth on. In addition to drawing inspiration from her own dance music of the 80s, the record is sonically influenced by artists such as Donna Summer, Pet Shop Boys, the Bee Gees, and of course, ABBA. Now, ABBA plays a unique role on this record. The opening track and lead single, Hung Up, famously samples the ABBA classic Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. This is only the second time in history ABBA has allowed their music to be sampled. The first is really random. The first is the Fugees sampling the name of the game on their song Rumble in the Jungle. I cannot say I'm familiar with that track. In order to secure the legal rights to the sample, Madonna wrote a personal handwritten letter that was sent to Sweden. In the letter, she professed her love for ABBA's work and begged for them to allow her to sample the song. And after settling on a copyright agreement that entitled Benny Andersson and Bjorn Ulvaeus, ABBA's male members and primary songwriters, to a significant share of royalties, they agreed to let her sample the track. And in 2005, Anderson said the following to the Daily Telegraph regarding their decision. Quote, "We get so many requests from people wanting to use our tracks, but we normally say no. This is the only second time that we have given permission. We said yes this time because we admire Madonna so much and always have done. She has got guts and has been around for 21 years. That is not bad going." Although there are no official features, the track Isaac does feature a male vocalist singing the hook, which is a portion of a Yemenite Hebrew poem. That track was very controversial at the time of its release because she was accused of blasphemy by this group of rabbis who were all up in arms because they thought that she was referencing the 16th century Kabbalah scholar Yitzhak Luria. Isaac is the English translation of the name Yitzhak. Instead, it was named after Yitzhak Sinwani, who is the singer who sings the track. Just wanted to put that out there because that was like a big controversy at the time, which is so stupid. Despite the upbeat dance pop production, the record is thematically personal, introspective, and, well, confessional. The songs at the beginning of the record, like Hung Up, Get Together, and Sorry, they're definitely the most upbeat and like least personal. And as the record goes on, it is intentional that both the lyrics and music get darker and more introspective. And this inspired the title of the record. Lyrically, Madonna explores romantic relationships, her love of New York, and musings on her career and success. Last thing about the album itself, this is an interesting tidbit I found out from my Madonna biography I've been reading. Her then husband, Guy Ritchie, was not supportive of this record. So he was like into her doing more serious things like music and American life, but he thought that her return to this kind of dance music was shallow, and he like was derided her and was very like rude about it. And so, notably, unlike the last two albums, he was not thanked in the acknowledgments found in the album liner notes, and then they would eventually divorce 3 years later in 2008. So, getting to the release of the record, Hung Up was released as the first single on October 17th, 2005. It immediately received critical acclaim and also was an instant commercial success. It eventually topped the charts in 41 countries, and it holds the Guinness record as the song that topped the charts in the most countries. Notably, this is kind of weird, it didn't reach number one in the United States, largely because she was still kind of blackballed at radio. And so this was when radio counted so much more than it currently does, even though it's still very influential. And so it only peaked at 7 in the US. However, it did become the most successful dance song of the 2000s in the United States. Sorry, Get Together, and Jump were released as the subsequent singles following the album's release on November 9th, 2005. Getting into the reception, the album was met with widespread critical acclaim, and it was seen as a return to form following the divided reaction to American Life. It has an 80 on Metacritic, which is great. However, I do want to note that that would be way higher if critics reviewed pop music in 2005 the way they do now. Like an 80 in 2005 as like a mid 90s something, just because pop music was not treated the way that it's treated now as like a legitimate, serious art form. Madonna's return to her dance roots, the album structure of this like continuous DJ set, and the melodies and hooks were the main source of praise, if you read the reviews. The album won Best Dance Electronic Album at the 2007 Grammys, and she became the first solo singer as well as the first woman to win that award. Get Together was also nominated for Best Dance Recording. And it's interesting thinking about this record in terms of her legacy. This is definitely a huge fan favorite. Madonna has said multiple times that her upcoming album is a sequel to Confessions, and it definitely holds a very like special place in the Madonna oeuvre. Uh, this is the last album so far that she received universal acclaim for and was like successful in every aspect of its release. Going forward, commercial success would gradually diminish and her work would get a lot more mixed reviews. It is generally considered to be not only one of Madonna's best albums, but also one of the best and most influential pop albums of all time. Overall, I would say the album's massive success is representative of her massive presence and power as a cultural figure. It is crazy that this is an artist over 20 years into her career in her late 40s, having an album not only this well received, but that was such a commercial smash. I mean, pop music is a very ageist landscape. Uh, Pop stars are like generally considered geriatric once they like reach their 30s. And it's insanely impressive that she was able to have this insane hot streak into her late 40s. And I mean, Hard Candy was her first album in her 50s, or she was, I think, just about, because I think her birth, no, she was, I think, 50 in Hard Candy. And that also had like commercial success. It isn't very good, so it's not as fun to talk about. But it really is just crazy that she was able to have this moment. It was definitely unprecedented. And I think that her having this moment paved the way for like the pop girls that we love to continue to be relevant, 20 years after their debut. Because I don't think that happens. I don't think that like Taylor repeaks with the Eras tour and like achieves this new level of success that she hadn't before if Madonna doesn't do this with Confessions. So this is definitely like a victory lap for her after a really incredible streak started with Ray of Light. And that was my confession on the dance floor.
Thank you,
Oh,
Levi.
okay, Bird Squawk.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. So we start our discussion. We're going to discuss on the dance floor. I think that we're going to do Maria and then Drew and then me.
Ah,
So Maria,
oh my
you
gosh.
you kick this shit off, ho.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, this album, I have to say, and I've said this before on the pod, I am not someone who has an easy time like ranking things as far as like what's my favorite of something. Like I would have a hard time telling you what my top three like Madonna albums are because I'm like, well, I probably have like three like runner-ups or whatever. Like it would just be like really hard. But I do think this album is in my holy trinity of Madonna albums for
Can
sure.
I guess what they would be from an outside perspective?
Totally.
I think it would be American Life, this, and Erotica.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you,
But then it's really, I would say though that Ray of Light and Music are tied for fourth.
do you guys know my top three?
It's like a wait, it's like a prayer and Ray of Light and Confessions.
No,
Well,
American Life, Ray of
Oh, and
Light.
American Life.
oh my God. Confessions for me would be like it's right. I wish that I
Yeah.
could it could be a holy
Dang
four to three
it. Oh my
because
gosh.
Confessions deserves to be up there, but you know how I feel about those other girls.
Yeah.
You just know. Okay, but continue, please.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This one is just so good. I'm so glad we have access to the nonstop version because I think it kind of is a completely different listening experience when all of the songs blend together in a constant flow. But this literally, I think, has some of the best pop songs literally ever
Yeah.
put together on it. Like it's just so good. Something that I really, really love about this album is like I like how it starts off like just really fun and flirty pop music, and then it makes this gradual transition to the songs like getting much, much more serious. Which I think is like really intriguing because it stays pretty fun up until like Let It Will Be, and then all of a sudden it gets very serious and like a little bit more mellow. And then Jump like randomly happens and it gets like really upbeat and fun again. And then it kind of mellows out and gets a little bit more introspective again, which is really interesting. Like it kind of has this like really interesting like life cycle, which I find really intriguing. But literally, some of the most infectious songs ever are on this album. I just love it so much. And usually when like we go out to like bars and stuff around here, like they just don't tend to play Madonna songs all that much, which is like such a bummer. But I know we'd mentioned it on the pod before, like we had gone out to a bar where they like on like a specific day of the month they always do all Madonna. And it was so insane to like be in a club setting together for us to like get to dance and like sing along to Madonna songs. And I think for me, like when they played Get Together, it was a little, well, wait, actually, let me think. Well, yeah, no, it was Get Together because it was the three of us and we're dancing all this. Oh, wait, no, was it Jump?
It was Jump.
Because it was
I
my
think you're
sisters
thinking,
and me. No, yes,
yes,
yes, yes, yeah. No, it was
Is
Jump.
that when Levi started crying?
I think it is.
I think you started crying. And
I
then,
think it
because then
is.
Drew was like, why is no one jumping?
Yeah,
Like,
you
Oh, that's right.
yes. And then I was like, for me, it was so special because I was like, my sisters and me, like, we are finally out and it's Madonna and we're finally having our moment, you know? So that for me was super special. But I just love the personality that comes through on this album as well. Like there's really fun, goofy moments too. Like obviously I Love New York, just like is the like comedic
it's classic comedy.
like classic comedy of the album. It's just so good. It has such a good flow, the whole album. And yeah, I don't think any of the songwriting here, like from a lyric standpoint, is shallow at all. Like it's just songs about having a fun time with your girls or being like no. I don't want to hear sorry like I'm done with you. Like I feel like some of the songs that you would consider potentially like on the surface childish, I think are actually very mature. So there's
You
that.
say that.
You say that. But yeah, I absolutely love this album. I feel like it kind of has a mix of the mellow moments that you see a little bit more on Ray of Light, mixed with like classic dance floor fun Madonna songs, you know? Because I think honestly, with Ray of Light, like if you took title track Ray of Light out, the entire thing is actually very, very chill. Like the song Ray of Light is like really the only giant burst of energy that that album has in a certain respect, you know? But I like that the through line of kind of like the identity of Ray of Light, I think is very present here. Um, so so yeah, literally just all good things to say about this album. It's so good. It's so special. Um, I I we've talked about this before multiple times, but the album cover, it's just not the picture that should have been chosen. Oh, at all.
No.
There's so many cool photos from this photo shoot, i.e., all of the backgrounds that we chose for our Zoom call this evening. Um, so I don't know why that photo got chosen at all.
And I don't
Um,
like the font. Like I don't like the font of her name. I think it's like really dated.
That's my main issue with it. I think the photo could have had its moment maybe if like maybe the font was a little better or like the background was maybe better.
I like that the album title is written out.
I
I
I
do
like
think
that.
too.
that's really
That's
cool.
good. I like
Like
that a
maybe
lot.
just take out the Madonna and I think I would like the cover a
I mean,
lot
because we know
more.
who it is. You know, like we don't need to.
We
It's
know
the
it's the
Queen
Queen
Honey.
Honey.
But then I
Um,
also understand that this is from a different time where like it was
Totally.
it was not really like normal practice to not put like the name of the album and artist on the title
Yeah.
the way that like it is for streaming now.
right. No, I think the whole cover looks incredibly dated. Like the way that they photoshopped her out of the actual
Yeah.
setting that she was in and put this like really random background behind her. And like these like giant block letters are pretty distracting to the photo, which like could have been really cool on the cover otherwise. And I think it's really funny though that only in the photo shoot for the cover does she have this like like orangish like strawberry blonde hair because then like for the rest of the era she just has like her kind of like normal like true strawberry blonde hair color and this is just like straight up red
The
and
red hair so she looks
it
so
never
good
shows
though.
up ever again, which is
I
so funny
love
to
the
me.
red hair.
She
I
looks
think
so
it looks great.
and that's one of the
She
things I don't like about the cover is I don't like that we don't see her face really. Like
Yeah.
and that we like can't see how good she like I think the picture behind Drew would have been like a great like
I do
cover.
too.
I honestly
And
think
it's
all three of our photos would have been really good covers.
yeah. And it's this is actually well with the exception of like prayer it's like the only cover where you can't really see her face,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is
And like
crazy.
there's something about since this album is conceptually like a whole bunch of confessions and like I think it really earns that title. I think like
Yeah.
there actually are confessions on this record. It's not just like a gimmicky title thing. I
Yeah.
don't know if I love not seeing her face.
That's so fair. And I agree.
And that's the verdict.
And I do think this era also has like really fun music videos. They're
Mhm.
really goofy.
They're kooky, crazy
Like
fun.
What are
the
your
video for
faves?
Sorry has
Sorry.
The Sorry video is so crazy.
the Sorry video is crazy. It has so much more of a plot than you think it does. Like it
It's
starts out and you're like, "Ooh, we got it's just like fun vibes." And then like they go on like a journey where they pick everybody up in this like limousine and then they end up like at the like dance battle and then they're at the roller rink. Like so much happens. It's hilarious. I think the video for Jump is like high key hilarious.
I love that. I love her wig in that video.
It's like
I
out of
haven't
this
seen
world
that one.
Drew, she has this crazy like platinum blonde bob.
with a crazy chop. It's insane. She looks like a bionicle. She's also like in this crazy like robot suit. And the other cutaways from her are just like people doing parkour. It's like
And
ridiculous.
like
Wait,
she's
that's
in this like
crazy.
wait weird like I think it's supposed to be kind of like referencing Tokyo, the set that she's in. But like it's
It's the
not.
most soundstage that has ever soundstaged.
It's
But that's just
crazy.
Madonna.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I love her look. I think it's so funny what she looks like in this video.
It's hilarious. It's like out of this world crazy.
And then the hung up video is like very iconic.
Well, of
That's like
course.
I think that's one of her most iconic looks. That like leotard in the dance studio. That is such like
Oh,
ubiquitous Madonna imagery to me.
it's so good. I mean, that's also the iconic like I'm the wasn't it like My Strange Addiction?
Yes, that's the look that the person's wearing. Who's a drag race queen? That person is from season. I always forget their name. I think I can't remember. I can remember if it's Phoenix. I think it's Phoenix. No,
Oh.
it's not Phoenix. No, it's not. Who is it?
Okay, we need to do some investigating because I
Give
didn't
me
know
two
that at
seconds.
all. Yeah. But yeah, I love this album so much. I feel like I've
No,
listened
it's
to it.
it's Venus Delight,
Oh, okay.
not Phoenix. Sorry, Phoenix, for dragging you through
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
mud.
say Phoenix.
Venus Delight.
Um, but no, I feel like I've honestly listened to this album so much that it's just like a part of my DNA now. Like it's like the entire structure of this album is like so second nature to me. I just love it so much. And like it being like an album basically full of like dance floor like pop hits is just like so made for me in a lab. And I think the songs that are also kind of mellow, you can also very easily kind of dance to them and have a fun time, you know? So yeah, I love it so much. It's so Madonna, it's so fun, and it also has this like kind of mysterious like underbelly to it as well that you maybe wouldn't expect from the cover or the title or the first 5 tracks even. So so I love it so much. It's so fun and like any moment where we get to like bond about it together or like have a fun time with any of the songs or anything together is just like time well spent, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
So so yeah, love Confessions
Oh,
and
Maria, that's so cute.
yes. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Oh, love
Yeah.
it.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Okay, Drew,
Okay.
confess, ho.
Confess, ho. Okay, so I went into Confessions. I kind of had an inkling that this would be my favorite because Levi told me that it would be my favorite. And I really trusted and believed him. And I will never forget the day that I listened to it. I was working from home at my previous employer. And Levi goes, start Confessions from the beginning. So we texted the whole time in the Pop Girlies group chat while Maria was in a meeting. And we just get a text from Maria returning to the chat with the text message icon on the iPhone with 150 notifications.
Classic.
I mean, we were going crazy.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
losing my mind. Um,
And anytime Drew ever listens to a Madonna album for the first time, I'm always preoccupied doing something else. And I always
That
miss
is
the fun
true, because you
texts
miss music.
because I missed music. And those were some of the funniest texts ever
Yeah,
that
those
were
texts
being
were
sent
good.
during the music first listen from Drew.
I
It
know
was
I
out of this
always
world.
am available and I always can do it. And then you're never there,
well, because what usually happens is Levi's listening to it, and I'm like, I'll hop on, actually, I'll do it. And then Levi will have to then start from the beginning.
which I'm very, happy to do.
That's usually how it
Yep.
works. But anyway, I was really looking forward to listening to it because this was by the time that I'd come to respect the Queen Honey a little bit more and find things that more fit my taste. I think, I mean, my main kind of qualm with her is just I'm just not the biggest fan of her voice. Like I just her vocal quality I just is not something that I'm particularly drawn to ever. But once I got into like American Life and the things that are more conceptual, I was just really excited about it. I think the weird things that she does. I mean, the first album I listened to in full from her is Ray of Light, and my top song is Shanti Ashtangi. Like, I love how she does the weird, kind of kooky, crazy, like unexpected things. That's my favorite Madonna. Um, and so coming into this, I think I had listened to American Life and Ray of Light, and I don't know if I had listened to anything else.
I kind of don't think you had.
Yeah. So I was, but I had enjoyed American Life a lot more. I think the more kind of campy, fun pop tracks were something. Well, I guess we had done Like a Prayer on the podcast, so I'd listened to that. Um,
I actually don't know if I think we were just about to. I don't think we
oh,
fully
okay.
done it yet.
Okay. But yeah, so I was just really kind of drawn to this because I knew it was something a little bit more electronic and pop and a little bit more digestible to the everyday person. But also kind of had like kooky moments in there too. Like I knew the song I Love New York from Glee, and I knew how it was like a little kooky crazy. So I was looking forward to it. Um, but I loved it on the first listen. I was like, this is so brilliant, so crazy, so fun. Because it has the campy, but it also has the digestible pop. But also her vocals just sound so good. Like I think her vocals are so tailored to the production. But she's not just like doing things that she's not doing like the nasally like just some of the things that she does in other albums that I just don't particularly like. I just don't think she should be recognized as the strongest vocalist.
She's not.
But like I feel like like
What part of
I
Twitter have you
want
gone
to like
on
her
where
I go
people
to her albums and I can't digest them because of her vocals.
because you need the vocals.
And this is something where I think the vocals are flawless and amazing.
And
So
that means a lot coming from you. You don't just
and
hand that out.
so
That's huge. That's so huge from
and I
Drew.
love I usually I'm always a fan of her production and I'm always a fan of her songwriting and I love the concepts that she does. So like me loving all of that and this album being so conceptual, the production is so intricate and fun and amazing and it flows together and it's also just like the lyrics are so fun like but the vocals being amazing too. Like are you fucking joking? Um so that's just like it was just like so perfect to me. Um and I was kind of thinking because I didn't obviously listen to it in the context of the other albums, but listening to it after having digested American Life about 550 times, I think it's so interesting that this is what follows it because American Life she's so uninterested in like being this digestible, artist. Like she really is just being like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking say whatever the fuck I want. You guys are going off on these hoes are going off on this Zoom chat and laughing. And I'm trying to praise
I'm
Madonna.
listening. What I'm nodding and I'm active listening. I don't know what you're
Yes.
talking about. I'm
Okay.
doing that, ho. I did send something really funny to Maria. I did send to Maria, and listening to anyone criticize Madonna is worse than waterboarding.
And you're gonna
Levi's
get her praise, so
weaponizing
just you wait, girl.
I'm
Levi's weaponizing the Zoom direct messages.
I am weaponizing the Zoom direct messages.
Okay,
Um,
Drew, continue.
yeah. So what I love so much about this album is it is so much a response to American Life because she is being confessional on American Life in a different way, where she's kind of talking about her place in like the world. But like this way she is kind of making what she's saying on American Life a little bit more digestible and more present for everyone to listen in on, which I just find so interesting, especially like um because of how like crazy and almost like I mean like American Life sounds like she's like speaking in like like she is talking so loud and Confessions she's like saying the same thing but just like whispering. It kind of sounds like that in a way. Like, because American Life, she's just so vocal. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get what you're putting down.
Okay. And then another thing that I loved too when I was listening to it, to Confessions before the episode, was I love obviously the concepts that she does. And I love how a lot of her albums, she obviously, if you go listen to her episode, Ray of Light, you would know that it was originally called Veronica Electronica. And I feel like a lot of the albums that we've done on the podcast, she's kind of being this character that's not Madonna. This feels like she's actually like portraying a version of herself, which is like so interesting to me to think about. And I'm so interested to see what this part two is going to be because is she going to go because we've gotten like Madam X, we've gotten like MDNA, which like also feels like a different version of herself. So like, do we think that Confessions Part 2 is going to be continuing that? We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like we should also get into predictions for Confessions Part 2.
I mean, it's going to be everything.
Prediction: it will be the greatest album ever recorded in human history.
And
Prediction:
that's all we have to really say.
it not
I
only
mean,
will win album of the year, it will win itself a lifetime achievement award at the Grammys. You you heard it here
Perfect.
first.
you
Moving
heard it here
forward.
first. I
Um,
mean, what if every track, like, what if they take Part 2 so literally, where there's like a sister companion track for every single track on Confessions, like in the same order?
Get Together becomes Go Apart.
Like, how crazy would that? What if there's another ABBA sample?
What would you want it to be?
Voulez-vous?
You had that locked and loaded.
Or do you guys know the ABBA song Summer Night City?
I don't know that. I don't know her.
Oh my God. I feel like it kind of exists in the same family of like Gimme 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 Voulez-Vous. Like those kind of like really, really crazy tracks. But yeah, I had to get that out there, but
Yeah.
obviously Drew can keep going.
Um, yeah, I mean, that's really all I wanted to kind of say. Again, I just think this is the best her voice sounds. I know both of you would probably disagree, but I just think it matches the emotions and the production so perfectly. It doesn't feel like she's like going out of her comfort zone, which I feel like is so rewarding to a lot of people who have seen her progression and her voice. But as someone who's like, that's kind of something that shielded me from getting into a lot of her music. It's so nice to hear this. Like, this is an album that I go to all the time. And I also just think, kind of what Levi was saying, it's just so influential. Like, I think of some of my like favorite albums like Reputation and Bangers. Like, those are things where like those could, I mean, they're like pop queens returning and commenting on the public perception of them. It just, those albums could not have been made if she would not have done something like this. I mean, an album like Brat would have never been able to, like a dance album specifically that's so confessional in a way. And
Brat is very much in conversation with this. Absolutely.
absolutely, like there's no way that like, I mean, and just dance music, like pop girls doing dance music, I feel like would not have existed without
Totally. Like
this.
I think future nostalgia is indebted to
Totally.
this
I mean, like,
completely.
even listening to a lot of, like, I mean, obviously we've talked about her influence, but a lot of FK Twigs, like, her dance music, I mean, I don't think that exists without this. Yeah. And I think, like, also, I mean, I don't know, what other pop up, if there were any specifically by women, but even albums that flow together in a way like this, I don't think,
It's such a gag. The transitions are so
I
gag.
mean,
What's your
it's,
favorite? What's your guys' favorite transition? I have an answer. Mine is
uh,
Forbidden Love into Jump. That transition makes me go, "Ah."
I love Future Lovers into I Love New York too.
That one's so good.
Ooh.
Also, I know this is regarded to as like her best tour.
Yeah, Confessions is largely seen as her best tour.
Okay, yeah. And I've seen videos and I obviously love it.
You heard it
Love
here
what I've
first.
seen and yeah.
Maria, do you have an answer for fave transition?
I honestly really like Hung Up and To Get Together
The alarm.
with all the alarms. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. There's just something about like the forbidden love, like trailing out, and then you hear the do 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 of jump, and it just gets me going. It's like, I
It's like
haven't
get up, it's time to dance
literally, it's
again.
like oh my God, I don't have any time to wait. It's time to make my way.
It's like maybe you took Forbidden Love to like go get another drink at the bar, and then you're signing the check as soon as Jump
And you
starts to
run,
start
or you're
again.
in the bathroom and you hear it come on, which that sounds like I'm being shady to Forbidden Love. Forbidden Love is one of my favorite songs. I love Forbidden Love.
Yeah.
Have you seen her tour performance of that? It's so crazy.
No,
No.
I haven't watched it yet.
I know. May
I'm not
I've
even
kind of
maybe
gonna
been
tell
saving it for
you,
like us doing a group watch.
I'm not even gonna tell you what she does in the Forbidden Love tour. Just know that whatever you think it is, it's 10 times crazier.
Well,
okay.
hopefully these Spotify AI fun facts don't spoil it for me. A
Yeah, because
standout moment that fans still talk about.
we just it is crazy. And that tour is also really controversial for that very famous image of her on that like disco cross singing Live to Tell. That was a huge controversy at the time. I think the Vatican condemned her for like the millionth time. Um,
Classic.
you know, as the poet laureate Beyonce once said, you that bitch when you cause all this conversation. So
This.
always stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper.
There you go.
Well, Drew, I'm so happy that you confessed. I'm so happy that you love this album. Anything else to add?
No.
Okay. Well, I love hearing my pop girlies talk about this album. Yeah, this is just a special album. It's just special. It is an album where I could not imagine somebody who loves pop music not liking this. It that like actually like to me like wouldn't make sense, and I think that person's logic would be colored by some kind of bias because it is like ear candy to somebody who likes pop music. This is, I think, like textbook example of what like a perfect pop album looks like. This is an album that I came to later in my Madonna journey, which is very well documented on the pod. This is not one of my faves from childhood. This is not one of the ones that I really gravitated towards. I came into this one kind of like shortly after my Madonna stan status had been reclaimed, and then I was like really like, going through all of her discography and like listening to albums I never like listened to in full. I knew songs, of course. I knew Hung Up, and I loved Sorry. Sorry was always already one of my favorite Madonna songs. But hearing the record like actually in full for the first time, it is just like never ending gag after never ending gag. It is immaculately crafted pop music. And I think something that hasn't been brought up yet that I really, really want to bring up because I think it's one of the best qualities of this record. The production's amazing. The production is incredible. And it does not sound dated at all. It sounds so fresh. There's not a single millisecond on this record where I'm like, oh, I can hear the 2005, which I think is especially impressive because not only is this album from 2005, but it's a 2005 album referencing the 70s and 80s. So it's already playing with throwbacks and playing with older sounds. And a lot of the times, I feel like an example of this, and this is an album that I adore, so this is no shade, but I think an album like Love Angel Music Baby by Gwen Stefani, which is an early aughts album, very much sounds like an early aughts album, but also was very heavily inspired by 80s synth pop. And a lot of that record is like what 80s synth pop sounded like to people who were making pop music in the early 2000s. And it's kind of like tunneled through that lens. This is completely different. This is so fresh. It sounds brand new. Not an aspect of it is dated. You release this album today, and people would say, oh my God, this sounds so exciting. Something that I think is so cool about this album is while it is an album that takes a look back on a specific period of music from yesteryear, it's also an album that feels incredibly forward thinking. And I think that comes through in a lot of ways. I think that comes through with the structure, the concept of making it a continuous DJ set, and then this concept of having the album gradually grow darker and having that kind of like narrative weaved throughout. And also just her approach. I think there's a lot of songs that are so unique and so interesting on here. Um, like Future Lovers is such a weird song. That song is so weird, but it is awesome. And then like Isaac is so bizarre on paper, but it works completely. And like that, I think is like the magic of Madonna. I think Madonna's at her best when like you're listening to something like, how is this the best thing I've ever heard? Like it's so crazy, but this song is literally the best thing I've ever heard. I think that her songwriting is incredible. I think it is really impressive and kind of subtly so because there's nothing I think like incredibly ornate or showy, but I would say it's such an intentional album. Every word I think is so specifically, delicately, and purposefully placed. And even in songs that are kind of like sparser and less, I would say like the first half is like more streamlined lyrically, and then kind of once Let It Will Be gets in, I think like some of her more poetic and philosophical tendencies kick in. But I've always been so drawn to the lyrics of the verses in Get Together. I think they're so interesting. I love this like idea of that she's talking about like down in your heart, find the secret, turn your head around. And then the second verse, I searched my whole life to find the secret and all I did was open up my eyes. Like there's just like it's very simple phrasing, but it's very evocative. It's very interesting and it like doesn't give the full thing away. It is it provokes thought. And it provokes you to kind of delve deeper into the song. And it really is served well by just some of the most insane, indelible, indestructible melodies that she's ever constructed. The hooks in this album are crazy. The sorry chorus is like how would you even explain this to anybody? Like it is
It's
a level,
beyond.
it is beyond. It's a level of craft that is so rare to see in pop music. This is album. I know I already said it. It just feels like a victory lap. It feels like the queen of pop reminding everybody why she's the queen of pop. You know, she did her detours with Folktronica and she's back on the dance floor, which is where we fell in love with her. And she's proving, why she's proving her claim to the throne. And
But also, like, does it sound to you like this doesn't sound like any of her other pop
no,
albums?
but then that's what's so interesting about it because it's a step forward while also being a homecoming. Because it
Yeah.
is, it is the album closest to her early pop albums since, Like a Prayer was when she started kind of diverting.
Yeah.
But those first three albums are really bulletproof. Well, in True Blue, it starts experimenting more. But like her debut is straight up dance pop. But it's a very different feeling. And so that's one of the things that's so interesting about it is like it's not coasting on nostalgia. It's not, purely something that's like, oh, remember how good I was. She's still evolving and challenging and pushing herself. And it still sounds so new even though it is a homecoming and it is like Madonna where we fell in love with her, which is on the dance floor. And this is coming in a different package now than it did in the 80s, when she was saying that we should take a holiday and that she's burning up for our love. But it's that same feeling. I mean, it is just like the kind of euphoria that pop music does better than any other genre of music. There's no other genre of music that makes you feel the joy that you feel when you listen to this album, but it also is incredibly thought provoking because it has that like darker personal element and like it's insane and I could continue to pontificate on it for years and years and years. It is a massive achievement in pop music craftsmanship that I do not think can be understated. It is you could just hear the joy. Like you can tell that these were two people who were having fun making the music that they were making. And I think it's infectious. It's an incredible album. And if you haven't listened to it, what is wrong with you? Can you imagine being a Madonna hater and listening to the podcast? Like you're not welcome here. Get out of this is our house.
What are you doing here in our fucking house?
Literally. Yeah, so that's my confession on my dance floor.
Oh,
This
love.
is the dance floor that we
Yes.
fought for, one may say.
I mean,
I think another album, I know that like Madonna and Gaga, it can be contentious to compare the two of them, but I think like even though I know that Chromatica is maybe a bit more 90s inspired, I think that that is an album that doesn't really exist without this. I think Renaissance also very house inspired, different sonically, but I think that idea doesn't really happen in the same way without this.
143.
oh,
It, I mean, you're right. You're completely right. That's true. You're totally right. And you're right about that.
I mean, I think Renaissance is similar to this, in the respect that it's like kind of a nonstop dance floor experience. Like
Yeah.
even the moments where it slows down a little bit are still like
And
we're
that's an
on the
album
dance
that
floor
has
still.
amazing transitions,
Yes.
Yep.
amazing transitions. Like, and the thing that I find sad about today's current generation is I think, and I think I've probably talked about this on the pod. I know I talk about this to anybody who, will look at me for more than 2 seconds, but it really is such proof of our ageist tendencies as a society because I think if Madonna was dead, people would give her flowers. I think, people have a reverence for figures like Whitney Houston, completely deserved. I think if Whitney Houston was alive still and didn't have this, tragic young death, I don't think that there would be the kind of reverence that she gets. I think because Madonna's still alive and because she refuses to adhere to what people expect of somebody, a woman in her 60s, I think people don't give her the credit that is owed. And I think so many huge pop music fans who maybe know this album don't understand the impact that it had. Like it is I really feel like I'm sounding like a crazy person. I feel like I'm sounding like, like a town crier, but I don't think that you can overstate how influential this record is. I really don't think you can. I think it is one of the most important pop albums this century.
Well, and it's interesting too because I feel like just now Madonna's starting to get a little bit more trendy.
It's like cool.
Like it's like liking Madonna's cool right now because like Thief of Hearts randomly going viral is like crazy.
Maria, how did you manage that? You, I know, were doing some kind of coding behind the scenes, getting boosting up
I
those numbers.
I like said spells in my room like every night.
You
Like
set hexes to all the other songs.
literally. Because everyone knows that I'm a giant fan of that song and erotica as a whole,
You don't fuck
as
around about
aforementioned.
erotica. You don't mess around
No.
about erotica. That's your girl.
I I mean, you said it.
I mean, that is your hoe.
Literally. But no, it's like now there's like a ton of Olympic figure skating programs to Madonna songs, like that Connor Story video with like a prayer like went so insanely viral. So I feel like Madonna is very, you know, in vogue, if
And
you
you know what I
will.
will say? I am very proud to be a Madonna evangelizer and to share the gospel. And every single person I've ever showed Madonna to has a newfound appreciation for her. My mom hated Madonna when I was a kid. I had to kind of hide my Madonna love from her because she was had putrid hatred. I know you're listening, Marianne. I love you so much, but I know you did not like this lady. And it's been so interesting because when we cover a Madonna album on the pod, my mom listens to it and she goes, I can't believe I didn't like her. Kind of for, no reason because of, whatever kind of societal like influences, color somebody's, you know, perception of something. Because she's like, this music's amazing. My mom, like, I've seen her sob to Little Star in a way I've never seen her cry to anything else.
Oh my God.
Wow.
It's
I
just
mean,
like everyone I know, like they're like, I get why she's the queen of pop.
I mean,
The Queen Honey.
Because it's impossible to listen to some of these albums and be like, I still don't understand why. Like, how imagine listening to this record and still being like, yeah, I don't really know.
I can't even imagine that.
I can't imagine that.
Imagine listening to Let It Will Be and like still pretending you're indifferent to Madonna.
Like, it's like insane. Like,
You are not
imagine
immune. You are not immune to the Queen Honey. No
you're
one
not,
is.
life is too short to pretend you do not fuck with this hoe's music.
Life is too short.
It's too damn short. And that's my confession, hoe. Okay. Are we ready to get into this? I kind of don't know where we're going to go.
I'm a little bit nervous. This is really hard. Our rankings for
It's really
songs.
hard. So we're going to get into the part of the show where we talk about our least faves and our faves. We're going to start with our least fave. We call those me's after the worst
Hee hee
song
hee. Hoo hoo
ever
hoo.
created. We go in the order. So Maria,
Okay.
confess. What's your
So
me?
okay, I'm like really scared to be like setting the stage for the least favorite songs. But my least favorite song on Confessions has actually is the only thing that's like always been a lock, actually.
Mm.
And I've kind of always felt this way about the song. I don't dislike this song, and I also never skip it. Like I never skip any songs on Confessions. Let it be known, okay? But this one to me is kind of the sore thumb, mostly just in that I think the vocal melody is like a little clunkety, and the lyrics to me are a little bit like they're intriguing to me because it's almost like an antithesis of a lot of what Madonna talks about, like not just in music, but like throughout her entire career of like, being so confident and like her biggest inspiration, like being herself, that she's like literally said in interviews before. So for that, my least favorite is Push. because I find like the lyrics to me just give me pause because in the lyrics she dedicates all of her success and happiness to someone else, which I feel like is not very Madonna. You know what I mean?
That's not what the workroom's about.
Does any right? Like does anyone like does do you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I
always got that she was singing to herself.
oh. I
Well,
think, well, I initially thought it was to Guy Ritchie, which I was like, he's disgusting. But I've since learned it's actually, I think it's about like the people, her like dance teacher who really inspired her when she was young, and like
Martha
pe
Graham.
Oh, I like
people,
that.
people like that. So
Well, that's a
that
lot, yeah.
has made me appreciate it a lot more because I kind of got the ick from it when I thought it was about Guy Ritchie. I had to like not think about that rat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't stand that hoe.
Cool.
Um,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, yeah, that those
I'm
are
not
my
gonna lie,
favorites.
until you kind of got into that last part, I was kind of scared that we were gonna say Forbidden Love.
Oh my God,
Well,
Levi.
we wouldn't do that.
Maria, you know, I have trauma sometimes with my ballad lady love being the one that
That
you
would
come
never
for.
ever happen on this album ever.
Oh, something else I want to say now that we're talking about Forbidden Love. This is her second song called Forbidden Love because there's a song from Bedtime Stories that is called Forbidden Love. They're not related to each other at all, besides having the
Unafraid to
same,
reference or not reference.
literally unafraid of reference. I kind of think that's like the coolest thing ever. Just like make a song with the same name as a song you already have. Like I think that's
Boop.
awesome actually.
Boop.
And this one is way better. I like the other one, but this one is this
Forbidden
that
Love.
It's
one
all
is
tea.
I
Are we
mean this
supposed to be together?
you can't even say that to me right now. Like actually you can't say that. Maria, like I can't handle that right now.
Stop.
I'm literally gonna start crying.
Oh my God.
Okay, Drew, what's your me?
Okay.
Confess.
My me is Like It or Not. I really like this song, and I've actually grown to like it a lot more in preparing for this episode. Um, it just, I think because it starts so strong with these like instant classics, I don't see a lot of people talking about Like It or Not. I like the lyrics just fine. It just, I think if I were to go to any of these and just play it on its own, I probably wouldn't go to Like It or Not. Uh, However, I do think it's a great closer thematically, and I think it's necessary. Like, I don't think I don't think we should take it off. Like, I don't think this is an album where the rule of, oh, I feel like this is the least relevant song. I don't think that applies to this because it's so uh, fluid and it's so together. Um, but yeah, that's my me.
I have the same me as one of you,
Oh my God.
and it's Push.
Oh,
Push is also Maria, same. It's been locked and loaded as my me. I think that you really hit the nail on the head. Um, I and it's also a song kind of like what both you and Drew mentioned that like I have like grown to like really enjoy and like I never skip it, but it's not the one like the kind of logic that Drew was lending. I have before, needed some like it or not tea on my own because I am the garden and I need somebody else to be the snake. Because all my fruit is yours to take, ho. But with push, I never wanting someone to push me, like on my own. In the context of the album, of course, I want someone to push me, but I'm never wanting to be pushed. I'll jump always, but yeah, there and like the vocal. I think this is like the least like Gagatrondra melody here on this record, and that's my tea.
That's so fair.
Okay, now let's get positive, hoes. So, our Holy Trinities, our top three favorite songs. Maria, you're making a face, which I'm guessing means that you don't know what yours is. But you have to make some hard decisions, babe, because you're number one. You're first.
I know I have
Mar-
to make some hard decisions in about 5 milliseconds.
Maria, confess. What is your Holy Trinity?
This is one of the hardest ones that I've ever had to do.
Is it really?
Yeah, 100%. This is so hard. But I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I know. Okay. And okay, I'm gonna do this with the footnote that this is another album where it could change depending on the weather, depending on how I'm feeling that day. So just keep that in mind. This isn't like a permanent Holy Trinity lock. Okay? So,
Okay.
okay. My number three is Let It Will Be.
And gag on that, hose.
This song is so insanely good.
And
I
that was for
think
Drew Nation.
that's for Drew
That was
Nation.
for Drew Nation.
Literally everything about the song is so perfect. I can't even stand it. It's so good.
Do you
I
guys
love how dramatic it
Are
is.
you guys able to listen to the part when she goes, "Just watch me burn"? Are you able to listen to that without spinning in circles, or is that just me?
You're doing like the
No.
Stevie Nicks spinning
I
around.
literally like I can't listen to that without spinning around.
Just watch me burn. It's so good. And something I love about this song is how dramatic her performance is on it. And I love that they made the choice to keep in like her really slow dragging breaths between words, like between phrases. It's so cool. I love it so much. This song is so good. I'm obsessed with it.
Oh, it's
So,
so good.
so good.
I literally just pulled up the lyrics and I'm like having like an existential crisis. Like it's so good.
Just watch me burn.
Like literally now I can tell you about Success About Fame is me when I saw that Guts hit 3,000 views on YouTube. The Guts episode.
Now I can tell you. Okay, so my number two is going to be Get Together.
Oh
Mm.
wow.
Because do you really
Tea.
want to be with us?
Yeah. This song is just so good. It's like such an anthem of joy and happiness and like unity and love. Honestly, like it's like everything. It's like the like pinnacle of like happiness and optimism. And that's
No, it
probably why
is.
I love it so much.
And
It's
you're
like
right.
so optimistic. It's like, yeah, can we get together? I really want to be with
You're
you.
probably underselling it, if anything.
Sort of, kinda.
Sort of. So that's why I really vibe with this. It's just so happy. I'm smiling ear to ear. Can we get together? Because I really want to be with you, you know? And my number one, it's gonna be the timeless, iconic hit, Sorry.
There it is.
Heard it all before.
Boop.
There it
I
is.
mean, this is literally one of the best songs of all time.
Literally.
Like, what else can I say about it? Again, if you catch me at a different time, this Holy Trinity could be really different. But all of these songs are just so perfect. I literally every single song on this album, except for Push, has like a really good chance of being in my top three at any given time. And
Because
I'm being
when
so
when
serious.
you're in a I Love New York mood,
When
like
I'm in an I Love New York mood, nothing can stop me.
no, you're flying with the eagles in the sky.
It's like if I were a video game character and if my health was like all the way at the bottom, one listen of I Love New York would make it go all the way back up.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
That's so crazy.
So, so yeah, truly this is a very malleable Holy Trinity
Yeah.
and like any song could have its spot in my top three at any given time. Like the songs are just that good and I
Yeah.
love all of them so much. So there you have it.
Boo.
There's my Holy Trinity at the moment for
Thank you
confessions.
for your confession, Maria.
Thank you.
Drew, it's time to confess. What's your Holy
Okay.
Trinity?
This is actually pretty easy for me. And I also agree. I think this album's so perfect. But my number three is actually Isaac. I
You
fucking
love that Isaac
love
key.
Isaac. I think that song is
Classic.
so good. It's so Madonna, but it's so
Drew, wasn't there a moment where that was your favorite song?
yes. And it's very much like the shanty of this album.
It is. And it's
Like
also, I will say, for somebody who struggles with Ray of Light, I would say that's the most Ray of Light song.
Billion percent.
for sure.
With the you got that that hoe loves to and she's kind of the best hummer in music history.
So
Yeah.
good.
It's if I can melt your heart.
Yeah.
Oh, if we really want to get something's
Something's
coming
coming
over.
over.
You hoes aren't even ready for me to read you
Which
a
is the
bedtime story.
mashup in C Madonna.
But go back to the Christmas special, okay?
My baby's got a secret.
I also think I
Okay.
cried when that song played at Madonna Rama. I am pretty sure that song made me cry.
Well, of course.
Drew,
I
back to
thought you were
you.
gonna say I cried when that song played at C Madonna.
I did. I did. When I was in
I just
the sea pit.
I didn't even think about the pit names.
oh Atlantic
Wait.
Pacific.
Uh,
Well, those are oceans.
Oh.
Caspian hoe. That's a sea.
Yep.
All right, continue with your top three.
Mediterranean. Okay, my number two is Sorry. Because it's like one of the best songs ever made. Do I need to say anything else?
No.
Okay.
I think I know.
And then my number one,
I think I know.
Just Watch It Burn.
Just watch it burn.
Let It Will Be.
Her vibrato when she says burn is like probably more addicting than any drug known to man.
I mean, it's Let It Will Be.
It's
And
a
it,
phrase.
yeah.
We need to make sure this plays at the next Madonna Rama we go to.
The thing
Yeah.
about Madonna Rama is it's a sacred time for worship, and we should be tasked with providing the music.
I mean,
These hookers would hear Ray of Light B-sides they've never heard before. We're making them play Cyber Raga.
we're getting
Whoa.
Cyber Raga, we're getting Up Down Sweet, and we're getting Gone Gone Gone.
Yeah. Oh,
Whoa.
Gag it.
gag it.
But
And
yeah, that's my top three gag.
Hey,
love.
Drew.
Okay. So I'm like somewhere in between you two because my one and two are locked, have been locked forever, but my three is really hard, which I feel like is a common thing for me. And I've already changed my mind than what I thought it was going to be going in. I think I have to be true to my heart and my brand, and I have to give it to my girl, Forbidden Love.
Yes.
Jump is so close to getting it. I can't even tell you. I can't tell you how close Jump is. Jump, I love you so much. I've cried to you so much. You make me feel like I can do anything. But Forbidden Love is like that moment on the album where like things slow down for a second, but it's also like that moment to me, like when you're like out for the night, I'm a connoisseur of the club experience. And it's that moment when you're with the people that you love. So I am the kind of drunk person who I have to tell everybody how much I love them every 2 seconds or else I will explode. If I'm not professing my love for somebody around me, then like I'm having torture inside. And that is the moment of the night where the pace slows for a second. I put my arms around whatever friend is close to me, and I'm just like, I love you so much. And like, it's the moment of like connection and unity before we get back to banging it with Jump. And it's just this like, it's one of her most gorgeous melodies. I think the lyrics are so beautiful. It's just so special to me. That's a very special song, in my opinion. My number two. I don't know. Like, can we get together? Like, is that even possible?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Get Together. I think Get Together is the most underrated song in this album. Because I know everybody's always gagging about Sorry, which is the only correct response to this album. But like Hung Up obviously is that iconic hit. I think Get Together is in the same caliber 100%. Get Together, there is something about Get Together that is so orgasmic to listen to. It changes your life every time you listen to it. Like It asks questions that no one's asked before. Do you believe in love at first sight? Like, is that something that you believe in? I want to know what you think, Pop Girlies Nation. Sound off. Like, it's everything. It's so important to the history of humanity that I can't even like enunciate how important it is. But my number one, sorry, there was only one option. Like, she's that girl. She will always be that girl. She's the supermodel to end all supermodels. She's the end. She's the beginning. Once we've all like turned to dust, sorry remains. Sorry is that girl. Because I don't want to hear, I don't want to know. Please don't say sorry.
Sorry.
Lo siento. Like
Perdóname.
it is so insane from every angle that you look at it. There's not a way to fathom the excellence of that song. And the fact that two people just made it,
Me when I find a new angle to look at Sorry from and it's still insane.
literally, literally. I've looked at sorry
I've
from
looked at
both
Sorry from both
sides
sides.
now. From
It all comes back to Joni.
Yeah.
literally Joni Crave. When is Pop Girlies gonna get noticed by Joni Crave?
Never.
I would invite. Wait, should we reach out to the admin for Joni Crave and invite them on to guest for a Joni episode? Us doing
It'd
Court
be
and Spark.
huge. I mean,
I kind of need another Joni, which I know would probably fall to me. So that probably is my responsibility to provide.
Yeah.
But it's kind of been a while since we had, the old girl.
Well, the highest rated album,
Yeah, I mean,
Pop Girlies history.
again, you that bitch when you cause all this conversation.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
Sorry.
do we get our utensils out?
Yeah. So I will like to say, Maria and I have almost the identical Holy Trinity and me, except for our threes are different.
yep.
Kind of
And they're
funny.
not dissimilar songs either.
No,
So,
they're right by each other in the album.
yeah.
They're right by each other in the album. And it's so funny though. I feel weird that like Jump wasn't in anybody's, and I feel
It
weird
was
that,
my four as well.
like doesn't that make you like kind of ashamed of yourself? Like I kind of feel that way that like we couldn't represent it. Like it's sad to me because it's
I
just so excellent.
I mean,
Am I the only one that feels that way? Maybe I don't know.
No,
if we do
I
a Confessions revisit, then you never know
Or like Future
which way the wind
Lovers,
blows.
or like I Love New York.
See, that's the thing. Every single song is a
it's
supermodel.
you can't. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Well, and we all know how I feel about how high.
right.
I love. Okay, there's just this moment I have to like shout out in How High before we get to it. That is my favorite vocal delivery on the record because she makes this insane vocal choice in verse 1. She sings, "It's funny, I spent my whole life wanting to be talked about." And then she goes the most nasally anyone's ever gone with, "I did it." It is
I did it.
awesome.
It's everything.
Awesome. It's one of the greatest artistic choices
The Queen
ever.
Honey jumped out.
It's so good.
And that's the Queen Honey.
You dip the I did it in the How High, and it's just good. Okay.
Nothing
With
lasts
that,
forever. Does any of this matter?
Tony, you can't, Maria, when you quote Confessions on dance floor to me, I stop breathing. You can't do this to me.
I have heart palpitations. I start crying.
Literally, my amoebas are going insane right now. Okay. We're breaking out the utensils. Drew fork, stab it.
Okay. So I contemplated this a lot because this is a very high rating for me. But I was thinking about a lot of the albums that I've rated really high. And I was thinking all of the ones that I've rated really high have existed in the context of when I've rated them. And this is an album, I wasn't, deep into pop music in the way I wasn't consuming this album at the time. But due to how influential it is and how perfect it is, I'm gonna give it a 10. Because a 9, like I was comparing it to albums that I gave a 9.8 or a 9.9, and I was just like, it doesn't really feel right to do that.
Oh,
It's a 10, girl. it's a
Drew,
for kidding.
let the record show that Levi screamed so much that it instantly peaked his mic and none of the sound came through at all.
Wait, you guys didn't hear that?
No,
No.
none of
I
it.
screamed really loud. My neighbors probably think I'm being murdered. I cannot believe that I've seen Drew give it. Oh my God, I have to go pray now. Like this is
It's a
awesome
10, girl. I mean, it is though. Like,
because it's just I mean, it's just it's nonstop Fritz Bernayses. Like it's just Fritz Bernays after Fritz Bernays. Drew,
yep.
this makes me so happy.
Levi's gonna start crying.
I literally am. Well,
Okay,
Maria's
school.
gonna quote some fucking song, and then it's gonna make me like burst into tears.
Come on, check it out with me. I know you feel the same way too.
You stop. You can't continue. Oh my God. Okay, Spoon.
Okay, so I mean, this album's incredible. Even even the sore thumb moments that stick out are like basically perfect and incredible and amazing. And I was already strongly feeling this, but I low-key told myself if Drew gave it a 10, I'd give it a 10 too. This is getting a 10.
Guys, history is made on February 10th, 2026, because I'm giving it a 10, and it is the first perfect score.
Woo!
Joni, you are fucking over.
Joni's over.
Oh. Oh my God.
Can we just sit with what
Only
we think?
Madonna could get that 10.
It's kind of right that the Queen Honey has the highest rated. I hoped for this, but I didn't want to talk about it too much because I didn't want to jinx it. Oh, I'm gonna quote Marion Cotillard when she won her Oscar. Thank you, love. Thank you, life. It is true, there are some angels in the city. Wow.
I mean, it's
What a
Confessions on a
moment.
Dance Floor.
What a moment.
Most pleasing to me in my career.
It just like is though. Like, and it's like it's one of
It
those
just like no other score feels right.
it doesn't. It doesn't. Wow.
10. Tens, tens, tens. Literally tens, tens, tens.
Why do I feel like tomorrow has to be a work holiday? Like I don't feel like we should work
There should be
after
a
this.
parade in Boys Town.
Literally. Should I like start marching in the streets?
Yeah.
We should all take the day off work tomorrow and get matching Confessions on a Dance Floor tattoos.
Okay. We'll all do our number one. So Marie and I get sorry tattoos and Drew gets let it will be tattoos. Drew gets on his he has a tramp stamp that says just watch me burn.
Let It Will Be, does it not feel kind of Katie to you?
What era, Katie, are you talking about?
Witness.
Yes, I was about to say I can see the witness. I can see the witness. I can see the witness. Yeah, I can. I can.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about Katie in camp, girl, I Love New York
Well,
inspired her to pick up a guitar.
I don't like cities.
She was like, "Oh, pop queen being funny and campy. Let me try."
let me try.
Let me try. My
Like,
turn.
literally, You're So Gay would not have happened. You're So Gay was like You're So Straight before she heard I Love New York.
Yep.
I mean,
Wow.
Okay, wow. Well, we did it.
Pop Girlies
Wow.
10, first perfect score.
Oh my God. I'm just honestly
And
speechless.
it's Madonna.
This is I
That
feel
is
like
only really feels right.
I need to thank you both. Like this is just so special. I can't tell you how much I'm happy right now. This is so incredible. Okay. Drew, where are we going next week?
So next week, we've kind of not been doing new albums for a while. But we're back to, we gave our first perfect score. I think it's time to go back on the ground and start doing what we do best, on the ground reporting. So we're going to be doing speaking of Brat, we will be doing Wuthering Heights, Charlie's next album. which is, very much going to be in the conversation. It's the soundtrack to the new Emerald Fennell film.
I think I'm gonna die in this house.
Classic hit.
Yeah.
A standout moment that fans still talk about.
I think I'm gonna die in this house.
Uh,
On that note,
on that note, wow.
I'm gonna go like it or not.
Wow.
I have to go connect to the sky.
I have to ask everyone I know if they believe in love at first sight.
Shanti.
Love.
Yeah.